Yeah, they are. Look, barks.
Show me it.
It doesn't bark off. And also, I can smell myself and I unzipped it, so I'm just going to...
What exercise? What have you done?
I woke up and just left.
Yeah,
Gargle
rightly
mouthwash
so.
and
Why did
left.
you wake up and leave this morning?
No, don't get the bit about me stinking in the podcast.
You
Just
do
start.
realise this morning when Ash goes, I literally woke up and just left also.
And start now. Yeah, but you went to bed like 2 hours before, so I imagine you're probably still quite
I feel like
fresh.
I've got a miniature kick.
Like, you probably went to bed 2 hours before you got up, so you probably showered about 2 hours before you left anyway.
You've really got to shut your fucking mouth.
I'm right.
Thinking you're right about everything.
What time did you go to bed then?
I fell asleep and woke up. I went to sleep at midnight, went to bed at midnight. And
Oh,
I woke
okay.
up at 1 to TikTok in my ear, I left my phone on. And then I went, oh, fuck me, did I set an alarm? Did I fall asleep? I hadn't set an alarm.
Oh, that's crazy. I almost did that.
Well, no, you did it.
Well, no, I almost realised that I didn't. I'm really sorry. Now that it's official and the camera's on, I'm actually really sorry that happened.
Well, and then you open up the podcast, you intro it. It's episode 17, and then you can explain what happened. So then we'll get into the podcast.
Welcome back to episode 17 of the Golf Supply podcast, the number one golf podcast in the world. So this morning, we had a video with. Do I have to say anything
No, you
else?
can
This
say.
podcast is sponsored by
Fairplay Exchange and Golf Travel Centre.
And Blue
Shout Fairplay Exchange and Golf Travel Centre. So we did a video today. Can I say what the video is?
Yep.
It was them versus Golf Life, or Jimmy and Ange, and I was meant to wake up at 6 and get there for 8. I was meant to wake up at 6, leave at 6:30, get there for 8:40, and I woke up at, I think...
No, not you think. When did you wake up?
Well, I don't know. I think maybe 8. When did I call you?
Okay, just approximately.
Let's just quickly check. Let's just stay here real quick. 9:17. Actually, I was in the car, so I woke up at 9:10.
What? You can't.
You woke up at 8:10, Jake.
It's impossible.
You got there
Oh,
for
that's
about
when I called you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I woke up at
Okay, so just
I
publicly,
literally
you're
woke up.
apologising.
Of course I am. Yeah,
Okay, no
I
problem.
literally woke up, put clothes on, gargled mouthwash, and then ran out the door.
Yeah, alright, sweet.
And then I sped the whole way just for you guys.
So, Golf Supply fans, you can take this as an apology.
Yeah, from me.
Yeah, for the first 4 holes.
Yeah,
And that is obviously the reason why the first 4 holes happened,
yeah.
which we won't get into.
We might actually, later on into this podcast,
Yeah.
we might just touch base on that because I feel like we probably need to preempt some of our loyal followers for what's going to be hitting their
Will this come out first? Or?
TV. This will be out first, but I
Yeah.
feel like we need to give them fair warning
Yeah, I agree.
for what they need to see. Anyway, as Jake's apology is now done, this is episode 17 of the Golf Supply podcast, and we're at a very special location today to film this podcast. Some of you with a more eagle eye will definitely recognise this merch and logo behind us. Definitely that one. And just the general aesthetic of exactly where we're sitting right now, because we are none other than at Lemonade Clubhouse. If you don't know what Lemonade Golf is, it is Mr. Joshua White, who has been multiple time guest on the channel, playing and podcast guest, has partnered up with his good friend Harry. They've got Lemonade Golf Club, which is just really sort of like pushing the boundaries a little bit and trying to sort of change the narrative of golf fashion and just how cool this sport really is now. But he's a very, very, very good friend of ours, Josh. And this setup that they've got here. Josh, where is this? Cheen Village. And what's that near?
Cunnington Golf Club.
Well, come here actually, Josh. Can you just quickly...
What region?
Josh is here. Can you just tell people where this is
Just
in the
mind that
world?
red- mind that red ball.
Cheam Village, Walton Heath Golf Club.
Near Walton Heath.
Yeah, if people know golf clubs, the easiest way to explain them, isn't it?
And get down so people can see your pretty face in the camera. What can you just off can you just off the top of your head, just rapid, because it's your shop,
Yeah.
just name some of the marquee brands here that people can come in and buy some stuff for?
So we've got Sugarloaf, Students, Etiquette. Oh, you put me on the spot here now. We've got
Lacoste.
Lacoste, JL. There's lots. Obviously, our own stuff as well. So, yeah. Come down. You can see some of the artwork on some of the prints here. We've got some of the artwork in the garden, but it literally is a clubhouse.
Yeah, it is
And
cool.
I would also call it the modern pro shop. So, come down.
Come down and check this place out. You won't walk out here empty-handed. They've got so much cool stuff in here.
And a putting green.
And a putting green. So if you need putting lessons, I don't know his availability at the minute, but Josh is also giving a few cheeky lessons out of here as well. So
I think it was like buy 2 products, get one
putting lesson free,
which
I
is
think was
fair
the
enough.
deal.
I think that's not a bad deal.
If you get to hole a putt, you get a free coffee from the roasting party.
There
so,
you go. And if you hold 4 putts in a row, you get to pick anything for free out of the shop. Which you don't see that in modern day retail. I just think it's
tomorrow
brilliant.
there's this big 1-in-1 LQ. Just
type in the code that exists.
It wouldn't be.
But he's class. Have a look on Instagram, and then you'll get the gist of what Josh and Harry are trying to do. And then obviously,
if you're local or within driving distance, come down and actually have a look. Because this is obviously the first time we've been here, and it's cool. It's Jake's favourite ever shop. Because it's obviously Josh's
favourite shop
cool
ever.
shit.
Yeah, we also got like the pub next door as well, the Claret, and Fife have taken that over. So we're going to be doing events and ticket events where we've got a DJ in here, we take over the pub next door, and we've got a pizza van out the front, so keep your eyes out for that as well. So they're good nights.
Well, loads of you who follow our channel, we know you're big fans of Joshua White personally.
Yep.
And obviously this is just a really cool venture that him and Harry have gone into. So come down, support it. You will not be disappointed. Buy some cool stuff, and yeah, just keep an eye out for the events coming up because it's literally attached.
Well, in
to
the new
pub.
year, we'll have them on the podcast, and they can explain it.
Yeah, in more detail.
More in depth and stuff, and then we need a round anyway. So.
Or we do a night here. You want to do a night here?
I used
Do it live. Why don't you do a live
I used to call
podcast?
it a lock-in, I think it
A
was.
lock-in, there you go. We'll do a lock-in.
A lock-in.
Let's do it.
Right, do it on Rumble, so it's after hours, and we
Yeah.
can really get nasty with it, can't
Yeah.
we? There's no censorship on Rumble.
No, we could do whatever drug.
But
Anyway.
Alright, see you later. Enjoy.
Thank you very much,
So that
Lemonade.
is the host location for today. Really cool area. But we've got a lot to catch up on. This is going to be our last podcast of 2024. What a ride it's been. 17 episodes in. We didn't quite, a little bit disappointed. We didn't quite manage to keep to the 2 a month every month, which we set out to. Which is
we didn't go too
It's
far
not
wrong.
bad.
no 17 is not bad for the first.
And we actually did film 18. Sorry to bring that up, but we did film 18. So
We did.
You're a real piece of shit.
I didn't, but we
You
did.
are
But
a
no, my
real
point is
pi-
we're
Whenever me and Ash want to hire you, always have to
Drag
bring
us
us down.
Arsehole.
He is correct though. It's an absolute phenomenal podcast, and you'll never get to see it. Troy Deeney was blitzing us, so and he's a real hard man to try. And even though he's the podcast king, apparently on TikTok, he doesn't want to speak to us anymore.
No.
So shout out Troy.
Shall try.
But yeah, it's one of the only times really that we have, like, with regards to content, putting content out, because we religiously post like twice a week on our YouTube. Like, you can almost guarantee that you'll get 2 videos a week every single week. And it's very rare. Like, we'll upload onto Instagram every single day. Jake will post his YouTube shorts every single day. We'll try and keep the TikTok going. So it's very rare for us to, I think, to not actually methodically stick to do you know what I mean, be like so anal about no, we have
especially
to get it
since
out.
this is just us sat down and talking. Like, we
Yeah.
can talk about anything.
Yeah,
to
but
do
I
with.
think it's because
we want to make it good.
you have to have a venue sorted.
That's true.
If we were of bigger size and we had our own space like this, you'd do it. And if you was bigger, you could natter in-house every week, every fortnight.
Easily,
But
yeah.
obviously, at this size, you want to try and have guests on. So to try and obviously lock down the people we want, the clientele we want, and if you will, are busy people, and they're all fairly successful. So it's hard to lock
I
down.
agree.
But we have got
We've done well. We have done well.
now got a studio.
Yeah, it's really time to push on. Which again,
Yeah.
we'll go further into. But
You'll see next year we've got our own space now, our own podcast studio, which is still like the structural work's been done, but it's just kitting it out and actually getting the set to look like we want to. But that will guarantee for next year that you will 100% get your 2 episodes a month every single month, which is good. But I wanted to start this podcast, boys,
yes,
with a very simple, almost like a trip down memory lane recap. Harry boy,
it's
come and say hello as well. I
it's
thought
the
it was
other-
Josh standing there.
It's like if you have a lemonade, you know, like when you're making cocktails and like you slice the fucker in half. Here
Yeah.
comes the second fucker.
Get down in the lens here, Harry, so people can see your little pretty face.
Oh, I've been in a video.
Yeah, Walton Heath.
Yeah, Walton Heath, yeah. I know
Yeah,
the boys. I
Mr.
know-
Sellers.
I know him well.
Josh has given us a what? How would you describe this place? I want to see if it's any different to what Josh says.
It's just someone to get pissed up, innit? It's just another place. It's not a pub.
That was different to what Josh said. Yeah, we did say modern pro shop. Actually, it sounds like a modern pro shop.
No, it's just an excuse to get drunk somewhere else,
Yeah.
innit? Yeah, have a few parts, have a bit of fun.
It's a cool vibe, man.
Yeah.
We are about this
Yeah.
place. But yeah, well, I wanted to start this podcast with sort of trying to take a trip down memory lane of 2024. And I wanted to, the first thing I wanted to ask, and I'll start with you, Jake, is earlier on this year, we started to dive into the world of buggy reviews,
No.
what you thought of golf courses that you've played. So I wanted to pose the first question of our trip down the 2024 Golf Supply memory lane. The question was, what has been your favourite golf course in the UK or abroad that we've filmed at? And secondly, what has been the best buggy that you've had the pleasure of being able to be in?
Golf course.
Whilst you just think about that for 10 seconds,
Go for it.
I just need to interrupt and say, we said we didn't keep up the podcast. We've got that out.
You're going to say
You
call me
have
out for
not
keeping
kept up. The people loved your buggy review.
Yeah, but
You lazy shit.
no,
Yeah.
not lazy.
You
not
could have come
lazy.
on the GoPro any video. You could have come next to my mic, any video, and said, "Hi guys." For those that wonder, because the thing is, when people like doing things and they like listening to you, that is, they like that segment. You have let them down. Not.
I
last one we did
sometimes
was
do
East
question your
Hurts.
like commitment to the channel.
Yeah.
The one, the last one
Fair
I did
enough.
was East Hurts.
And how long ago
the
was
last
that?
one. That
6
was like
months?
2 months ago.
Crazy.
Well, what I started to realise is because I'd never done anything to do with golf, or I'd never been on a golf course at the beginning of this year. What I started to realise on like month 4 or 5, they're all the same. They're all the same. There's like 6 or 7 golf clubs where they've been actually different buggies.
Okay.
There's slight different nuances, isn't there? There's like
Yeah,
some
aren't there?
features that are
So best course.
best course you played in 2024.
I don't know if it's just because it was all set up in a nice way, but the JCB one probably.
Okay.
But just because it was pretty and there was like shit going on everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And best buggy is probably also JCB, and I didn't even get to go in it. But it was so expensive.
I'm going to take
Like, the
JCB.
leather.
I'm going to take JCB out of it because you didn't drive that buggy. Best
No.
buggy you drove in
Oh,
2024.
best buggy I drove.
Must be one that stands out.
Oh, Bearwood, because it was blue.
They are
And the
comfortable.
leather was brown.
Bearwood Lakes
The-
are
the-
good buggies, to be
yeah.
fair.
The seats at Bearwood, that's
That is
premium.
very
They
true.
were like the second down of like level of expensive. Like no one else spends much money on their buggies, but well, I imagine they do because they got that screen and shit up the top. But Bearwood, 100%.
Oh, the radar.
Yeah, the UAV. Yeah, yeah.
The UAV, yeah. That's fair
good.
enough, yeah.
And then
course,
so
JCB, yeah.
The second segment, we'll stay on you, Jake. You can answer this first.
Oh, fun.
And we haven't preempted any of these. I haven't told really the boys any of these questions or preempted them. But I would just like what you feel to be the best free golf videos that the Golf Supply put out this year.
Oh, I can answer this pretty quickly.
Okay, go on then. Go.
Bullard break 50
And reasons why? Give a sentence why.
because it's just funny. My favorite thing of the videos is different to what you guys like.
Yeah.
It's just like funny moments where I'm like pissing myself laughing.
Yeah.
I'm being put on the spot here. I think it might be the other Bullard video, and then you guys are going to be so confused by this one. But the Brocket Hall scramble. That was my.
No, I don't hate that.
I love that
I don't
video.
hate
I
that
was
decision.
that was the most I'd laughed in any of our videos. It was so funny, and then I got to
What, the
edit it.
recent one?
Yeah, I had so much fun, and I absolutely stacked it, and my neck was in tatters for like
That
the
was
next
the
week.
best moment ever.
But that was so much fun, and like I was like, like we've come such a long way this year.
That was
yeah.
funny.
Should probably get that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, okay. So you got a thing for Jimmy. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weird. Both
No,
different
but
videos.
his
Oh.
energy is like a third you, but it's like the two of you together, so it's like so much energy. Like every hole,
Yeah.
there's like a funny moment or a bit, like a comment,
Okay.
and it's a
West
good
End?
laugh.
Should we do favourite country to film as well? Because we've actually been really well travelled this year.
Yeah,
I'd
go
say.
stay on topic. Then.
Favorite
Oh, sorry.
country.
Your
First
what do you think
question.
the best free videos that the Golf Supply put out this year.
From my... So for just me,
Yeah,
me
it doesn't
personally.
have to be what was the most viewed.
Okay, so is this going out before or after Sunday's upload?
After.
Okay, so for me, my most enjoyable round, just as like a round of golf, was definitely Sunday's video that's coming out. You would have seen now.
I wasn't there.
That
That added to why it was so fucking.
no, like the, filming with James, like the Madsen, the energy was good, the venue was good, the golf was good. Like none of us either played like to our greatest, but it was just I don't know. Like every time I got in the buggy, I was just like, I'm fucking. I was grinning so much, and I just thought this is fucking so enjoyable. I'm thinking about look, there you go, look, see, there you go. Come on, that's really.
What, my lads?
And I thought, and like, do you know what I mean? But you can tell like Ashley's there and he's smart. Like I'm thinking about it now, and I just feel like if I could go back and play it every day of my life, like, wow, what a, yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so Ballers episode 1 matters. It comes in at number 1 spot, I guess.
Next one. Oh shit! So I feel like this is an on the spot question. Yeah. Okay. So I enjoyed the manners. The first one we'd done with Jimmy, just because I love winning personally. It was the first time we'd filmed with Jimmy, and I'd met him a few times. It was the first time I met him properly, and he's just another class, high energy character. I love playing with Ron, and obviously I love playing with Ash, but we won, so I'm going to slip that in there. And it done really well for us. It was a good video for the channel.
Yeah, but don't let that be a decider of.
No,
I don't
but
want it to be like
it
how
was-
well it done on the
It was
channel.
an
or what it done for us.
It was an enjoyable day. Like I love winning, and
That was a good video.
I love beating multiple people, and there's multiple teams at the Manners event. So yeah, straight away I loved that. And
Number 2.
number 2
That
would
was number
be
two, sorry. What
oh,
was
that was
number
number 2. Number 3, off the top of my head, there's been many rounds like at the beginning of the year in Portugal and stuff. But if I had to quickly think of one, I'm just gonna say
If you had to quickly think of one.
Yeah.
Just quickly just think of one. Just quickly.
If you could
'Cause
just.
I feel like we're all thinking about like the last.
I've got my.
I can't-
Yeah, I
I'm thinking
can't.
of the
I
last
had to
6
just
months.
spit them out because
I
I was
want
on
to
the
try and
spot.
go. What did we film in the first 6 months this year?
It's nothing.
I can't. I'm numb. I'm like that.
Shall I give you my three?
Give me your first one or two, and let me have a silent think.
All right. So number one favourite video we done this year was Mad as Ballers.
Yeah, 100%. So fucking good.
It was, yeah. So I'm actually sad you wasn't there.
I
for
was
it,
sad.
but
I was
it
getting messages like, "Oh, it was the best day ever," and I was just in London
for all the
one
same
month.
reasons of Westies, as like playing at the Grove. The course is in fantastic condition. Like we just all got there early. We had some food. Like we hit some shots. Like Maddie's is just fucking class. And then the golf was just. It was scoring was so good. The vibes were so good. Putts were going in from everywhere. Like it was just every single hole. It felt like something happened on every single hole.
it
Whether
was
it be
so good.
we just missed a putt, or we made a putt, or someone chipped it close, or someone duffed it. But like it was just so many. Every hole, it seemed like it was a different video per hole. It was just like so good. Number two, personally for me, would be the live video. For like just because I got to play it. So being at the JCB, first time I'd ever played the golf course.
That was a good day.
Like talking to Brighton and Brooks and Stenson and that before, getting their pre-shot, their pre-round predictions, and then John Catlin might not be the most known player in the field, but he was so good to play with. Loads of like in-game bets, and we were betting who was going to hit it closer, and his caddy was an absolute legend, and that day for me was just class
It was
from
so
start
good.
to finish.
I love that day.
So that was like a really good one. And my third one
I'm really stuck still.
is Bearwood Lakes, Recordsman.
I was thinking about that, but I just remember towards the end we all got a bit like annoyed.
Okay, very good shout because we got so excited.
Yeah.
And you've got to think about like when you turn into kids and you're all excited. And okay, yeah, I'll let you explain. Go on.
Mine would be Bearwood Lakes Recordsman, just because course plays a massive part. Like the course is in like really good condition, like it always is. Sorry. And it was like early enough into the Recordsman episode that like we didn't really know what score was possible in the scramble.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
Because we'd had like a 2 under, a 1 under. Might have even had a 3 under at that point. I don't think we might. We
What did
might
we get
not
there?
have.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We were
It's
at
like
5
it's a
under.
big step.
Yeah. And and again, for me, there was just like there was a few putts that went in. It got really tense down the last. I think you made that putt for par to save from making bogey on the last. And like the sun was setting. It was like a really nice evening.
Bearwood's pure.
We just went and done some Mizuno fitting before.
Yeah,
So
that was
some,
another
like, new
good golf
clubs in
day.
the bag. Like it was just like all in all, apart from your head being like
My head was
Elephant
weeping.
Man.
Oh my god!
My head was weeping. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of good things.
Westy had dyed his hair. You'd have seen it if you watched the Golf Life video when he got the pit drop. Westy had dyed his hair and did a patch test, and he was like seeping from every pore in his head. But just off the top of me, I'm probably missing one that was like
Yeah, I tried
a
to
bit
think
better.
back.
But I
tried
really
to think
enjoyed Bearwood.
Bearwood was.
Yeah, like because that series has become a staple, and we've technically taken it to multiple different countries. But yeah, that was a good day because we had pushed what we thought we dared to believe.
Yeah, we dared to believe. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved I actually preferred the Manners Brocket, the Manners Pyford Lakes video with Bullard. I thought to actually play and be a part of was better than the Break 50 video that we put out.
Yeah,
More enjoyment, being in a competition, being in a tournament, like really good scoring. Like absolutely loved that day as well. And obviously winning it, everyone loves winning. But I don't know, I just feel like when I think back to like driving home after the round, like with all them ones I've mentioned, I remember driving back with like just a massive smile on my face, being like, irrespective of what views that's going to do or whatever, like I just had such a fucking good day today.
I thought of it. Sorry.
Go on.
So, firstly, we all should have really preempted that and gone through the year of videos because I feel like we would have pulled out a few more niche ones.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm going to say the night golf video with Jags and Danny.
That's a really good.
Because if we're
that
talking
was really
about
fun.
if we're talking about venues like this hobby, this thing we do took us to Abu Dhabi, which I already think is nearly the
That's like
epitome of
surreal.
golf.
Yeah.
And like even for you, like I'm going to become a videographer. I'm now in Abu
And
Dhabi.
now I'm in Abu Dhabi. Yeah,
Like,
that was
it's unbelievable.
crazy.
Phil is he just clicks with us so fucking well. So if we're talking about fun, camaraderie, I played well as well. And it was night golf. For me, if I put a load of variables into it, I fucking enjoy it. I loved that night so much.
That's a good shot.
Like
That was I really enjoyed that.
good
night as
four
well.
ball. Like Danny, we love Danny to bits, and Jags is a friend for life, having seen him 3 times. Yeah. So yeah, that was a feel good video.
I would agree with that. Following on from that, you'll probably be excluded from this, Jake, because don't actually think you've hit a golf shot in any of the golf
No,
supply videos.
Well, you hit one at the Manners Day, didn't you? I got a few videos of that.
I
could
did.
insert
That's
that.
actually on my head. That's like one of my top 5 moments this year.
We could insert
was
that.
that?
actually.
Yeah. Put it in. That's gonna be effort for
We'll
you.
put that clip in. But off the top of your head, again, it's off the cusp. So like, Mark will probably forget in. Well, I will.
9 months.
I'll be forgetting loads of.
9 months worth of.
Yeah, 9 months worth of golf. But off the top of your head, and I know what it is straight away for me. But off the top of your head, what is the best golf shot you've hit in 2024? I'm sure it was in 2024. That one. I think it was. Might have been 2023. But I'm sure it's 2024. Best shot you've hit that you can remember. I know there's a lot to pick from.
I mean,
just really dwindle it down.
You can't really put a drive, I suppose. You can't really like. Oh fucking hell! We really should have thought about these.
I know one for you, 100%. Is a
Go
shot
on,
include a putt?
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah, it
say
could
what
be
you've got?
anything,
You, A bridge, because it wasn't our first eagle.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Yeah, and that was
It would
such
be.
a long putt.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
That was such a long putt.
There was a really nice one at Woodall Spa as well. Long one that I hold on that par 3. That was a super long one. When I went, we just hit it and like it's just hitting home
Yeah.
on that par 3. That was a long putt.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
That was another
before
video
the
that I
hardest
really
hole
enjoyed.
in
I've
the
got
world.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've dug deep for this one.
For your
This is
shot,
like
yeah?
come out of nowhere.
Your
I'm
shot.
thinking Abu Dhabi because we're all. I feel like we're just stuck in the last 3 months.
Yeah,
aren't
that's
we?
all I can think about.
And play this clip because not enough people got to fucking see this
I'll
one.
run it back.
Ingeborg Links. I can't remember what the format was, but we split into 2. And the second thumbnail was like, "This is the most crazy."
Yeah,
Mate, that par 5 that I played, and when I hold that putt,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
14th.
that was really good.
Ingeborg Links?
Yeah,
I think this was before
you weren't
you.
there.
No,
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
it
it
was
been
before
this
me.
year.
It wasn't this
Oh.
year, yeah. I was going to say,
Was
you
it
did
last year?
It was last year, because I did, the only video I didn't
No,
do
that
with
was
you guys this
2023.
year was the golf
Well, we
review.
did the awards last year.
I've got one for you.
Mate, that
Can
was
you tell
good.
me if this was 2024?
I can, because I'll be there.
I'll be there. Oh, sorry.
No, because no, it wouldn't be because you wouldn't. It's been back into
You got to
2023.
think, if I was there, then it
Wedge
was...
shot out of the bark at Kinter North, up over front tuck pin.
Oh my God.
And you zipped it somehow off of the bark.
Was you there with Ron and
Nah.
it's Bill?
That was Bill.
Oh mate, that was golf shot of the year.
You know, like at my life.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible
Like
golf shot.
right up.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was out of it,
And
and then
you couldn't see it because it was up over
Yeah.
the mound of the thingy. It landed
At
on the
the
green
bark.
and it just went and zipped back off the bark. And me and Aaron looked at each other. I was like,
Well, to be fair, Bearwood,
he's God.
the Bearwood bunker one was nice. We didn't see that either. But I can rip that
Oh
fucking
yeah,
back
that was
as
a
well.
good one. Yeah, that was a good shot.
Oh.
Trying to think, you've hit some really, really big long drives. I mean, a lot of the drives in the night video with Jags, you pumped some of
Yeah,
them, mate. Like they were
Really good.
some
yeah.
really good
And
drives.
I've made a few good putts,
Yeah,
and everything else in between is normally mid
yeah,
to below average.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, 2024. I
What,
don't know.
what have you had? Let me try and think for you quick.
One that comes to my head straight away is the par 5 at Chart Hills when we missed that short eagle putt, that 4-iron into that flag fade to about 3 foot, and then we missed the putt. Hit the drive.
Yeah, I know
that
what
was
you're on
such
about.
a good
When
4-iron.
we was like building it up for Jake,
Yeah.
like, oh, there should be an eagle. And
Oh, yeah, and then
I
you were
remember-
like, you were
God, I
glad you
remember
didn't
that
get
being a
it.
really,
Dog.
really good 4-iron.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
I've hit some nice wedges in close.
I would love a trip down memory lane, and I would really appreciate it if. It's annoying because not all of you that watch our videos watch these podcasts because you obviously don't like us that much. But those that do listen and you watch, just give us a few of your favourite shots because I want to read them and be like, I remember that.
Yeah.
I get all giddy.
If there's any that really stand out to you, like standout shots that you can remember from the videos that you've watched this year,
Yeah.
definitely do get down in the comments.
And then Jake will find them and he's going to make an Instagram reel on them.
yeah,
Oh,
and let us know.
Golf Supply's
Thanks,
best
guys.
shots as voted by the supporters.
That guy, that
In
one guy
fact,
is going to comment like
Why
7.
don't we do an Instagram story and it says give us your top 3 Golf Supply and we'll do a little Golf
That
Supply
actually
award.
would be a cool reel. I
So,
wouldn't mind.
The questions you've just asked
that.
us, we'll ask you lot on Instagram, best 3 videos, best 3 shots, best 3 guests, and we'll have little
I like that.
subscriber/fan awards.
Yeah,
night.
that's cool.
And then we'll go live and we'll read out all the answers.
That's cool. Yeah, we'll do that. But also comment on this podcast and let us know.
Comment
any
anywhere and we'll just
Yeah.
pick them
Your,
all up. We'll just collect them.
that springs out to you because it is hard. It's hard to remember. Like,
Yeah.
not because we hit loads of good shots, but it's just hard to remember ones that are like big standout golf shots.
Yeah.
So, just before we get off of, I just wanted to give everyone a recap, right? Because I do this at the end of every year, and it's obviously interesting for us because it's, I suppose, our channel analytics, but this is our performance, I suppose. This is the metrics of how you can measure performance in this space that we do. This is our 2024 analytical recap. I've just done a little brief thing in the car. Just
The
to
Golf
look
Supply
at.
Wrapped.
Yeah, the Golf Supply Spotify Wrapped pretty much. So starting on YouTube, we started this year, which has actually flew by on
Fuck me, is it?
10,000 subscribers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we're, by the time this podcast goes out, we're currently sitting on 29,960. So by the time this is out, it would have been 30,000. So at the moment, when I looked at the analytics, on YouTube, we'd gained 19,997 of you guys over the course of this last 12 months, which is just like obscene to think about. Like 20,000 new people are now watching our videos, and a lot of you are like really engaged on the videos and comment, and it's nice when you get to see a new name commenting a bit more frequently on the videos, because or if someone comments and says if one of you comments and say just come across your channel, like watch the video, and you see him comment again and again and again, like we almost feel like you get to know like you guys. Like honourable shout out and mention Kent and Debbie.
Yeah.
Who's the guy with the yellow
Ding
logo?
Lips, Hitman.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's always there.
Oh, there's loads. There's just loads of people that comment, like, and you see them like frequent commenters and frequent people engage on the channel. Like, it's super cool. But yeah, so 19,997 new subscribers, boys, at the point of filming this podcast.
That's mental.
We've had a total of 5,786,245 views.
Is that on Instagram as well?
on YouTube, long form and shorts.
That's ridiculous.
So just under 6 million views. And then we've had 473,400 hours of our content watched over the last 365 days.
I feel sorry for you.
So do I.
400, 500,
Could have been doing something so productive.
Yeah.
You could have really been learning a new skill or language, but instead you choose to watch us. We
Could have been
thank
playing
you.
golf.
Yeah, you could have been playing. Which are just, them numbers are just mind-boggling. Now, obviously, that's split across, like, that's not just our long-form videos.
But
That's
that's
split across,
insane.
like, YouTube
Though.
shorts.
Like
as
looking
well.
at your faces.
Yeah.
That many hours.
473,000 hours. I mean, what is that divided by 24 hours in a day? Like, how many days is that?
Too many
That's
days.
hella hours.
Too many
It's
days.
a lot of days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you how many hours it is. West is 473,400.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to break it down to what it was over a day, but I can give you an hourly.
473,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
divide
Keep
that into
talking. This will
hours.
take me a while.
Divide that into hours.
73, 1, 2,
Jake. That's crazy.
19,700 days.
19,700.
How many years is that?
Can you just give us the maths on that? How you just worked that out?
54 years.
What?
Have I done that right?
What? They've watched 54 years worth of
54 years worth of golf. 54 years
in
worth
1 year.
Yeah.
Have I
That's the
done
amount
that
of
wrong?
content that's been consumed.
Have I done that wrong? I
No,
divided
that's
it by 24 and then divided it by 365. That's right. Don't fucking
Yeah,
laugh.
that's right.
Don't fucking laugh.
Yeah, maybe. Is that wrong, West? Is that wrong? Is it wrong?
If Ken or Debbie could fact check that, leave it.
Is that wrong? Oh, is it well off? Oh, why are you laughing then? No, I think that's, how many years was it?
What? Just say the
58
amount of
years.
hours.
The hours
58
was
years.
473,400 hours.
1,400 hours, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Divided by 24. That's the days.
So 19,725 days.
Oh, hang on. 54 years
54 years.
of golf supply.
I
That's
don't
our whole
know,
lifetime.
I'm gonna really need to, because something's not computing in my head.
That's a whole person's lifetime.
Oh, no, tell you what.
Right, YouTube Babylon.
No,
I
wait,
need to
wait,
do
wait,
something
wait.
here.
How would you work this out?
Yeah, I'll tell you how I'm gonna work this out.
You tell me
YouTube
then.
Blabber on.
No, tell me.
How many?
But we're actually really engaged in this, so if you could just.
How many hours in a year?
Right, so
And
760 hours makes up 1 calendar year.
Yeah, that's
so let
checks
him
out.
cook. I want to see his maths.
Now, what's
See
the
the numbers.
what's the overall figure?
473,400.
So that's the overall. No.
The countdown.
You need to know how this can get into that.
Dum 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 dum.
Divided by how many years do you think? What, how many times does 8760 go into that, and then that's
About
the date?
53.
No, just use your calculator.
Goes
to find
into
it out.
Well, let's times
400
up. Let's times up by 53.
Okay. It will equal
What is it,
470,000.
8760
Right,
times by
53. 53, and you'll get 470,000.
He's
Yeah.
right.
He's right.
Oh
You
my
cooked,
God.
Bro cooked.
54
cooked.
hours.
So it just begs to think, like, how many the bigger channels that are far bigger than us? How many
Brain
years?
rot. That is
Mr.
brain rot.
Beast.
No, I'm
Go
talking
outside.
Golf. Fuck Mr. Beast. Shut up, Mr. Beast. Golf. Like the Golf Life boys kill it. The Four Brothers and then Pickle and Pete. They literally think how much. Think how many. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're on 30,000 subs. These people have like got
Millions.
hundreds. Rick would have had thousands of years worth.
It takes like 5 Four Brothers videos to make up a golf by year. I'm sorry.
You are a real nasty
What the
piece
fuck
of work.
was that? Then?
Let's
You
just
are
continue.
a real. Okay, well in that case, you're hella lucky you work for this shitty little channel.
No, hang
'Cause
on.
where's your degree?
Hang on, I'm so.
Yeah, let's just continue with your P45.
Where's your degree?
I'm happy I work for this. I would have.
I wouldn't
There's
say you're
no
happy.
other golf channel I'd rather work for.
I wouldn't say you're
and
happy.
we can. There's proof of that.
You're not happy. If I put Holly in a dark room and said to her this year,
We're going to her.
you're not going to speak. No one will ever find out what you say. Has Jake ever moaned like
Oh,
fuck
you'd have
and wanted to
moaned.
leave?
Yeah, I moan, but
In a
I've
month.
never ever said like, "Oh, I hate the
Have you
golf
moaned
play."
recently?
No. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once. Yeah. Once.
What was it
These
moaned
fucking
about?
We'll talk about it
revisions.
after.
These revisions.
No, it's nothing to do with it. I've never complained about the amount of revisions. That's never ever fazed me.
Just
the
the
amount.
quality of revision.
Just
Yeah, so then that was the... Sorry, that went off tandem there,
Sorry,
figuring it
yeah.
out. But
it got me real. for a
that
second.
was the YouTube analytics. And then Instagram was like even crazier. So you can't really... I didn't really deep dive into as much. But how many accounts do you think we reached on Instagram? Accounts we
on
reached
Instagram
in the last
Fucking-
365 days.
It
58 years worth.
is an account. It's probably is it over 1 million?
Yes.
Yes, I would assume so.
We've
Alright,
had,
well,
we've
I
had
just wanted to
reels.
start low.
We've had the fucking Zara reel done 10
Oh,
million.
there's our okay. Well, is it over 5 million?
Are you not
Are
doing-
you fucking?
I'm really sorry about him, but there's actually such thing as repeat views. So that's
crazy,
just.
to be fair.
What, yeah, I know, but they're gonna sit there and watch.
No, bro, just got you.
Yeah, but like,
Oh, fine,
No.
you do it then. Give it to him.
no.
Give
I
him
think
the
it's.
mic.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
say.
take a
I'm gonna
minute.
say over. I'm gonna say over 20 million.
Closer than Jake, yeah.
Yeah.
Piss off.
18.6 million accounts.
Fuck.
Yeah. And we've just hit 50,000 followers on there. So a goal of ours throughout the whole of 2024, everyone, was to reach 30,000 subscribers. And
I think we actually
to
said
hit
25.
We
Was it
actually
25?
said 20.
I think we said.
Well, in January we said 20. I
No,
swear.
I'm pretty sure
'Cause it's
we
in my
said,
notes
I'm pretty
somewhere.
sure me and Ash have said get 10, and then we always said your next milestone is 25.
Oh,
So you've got to go above and beyond. So you got to 50 more. Then we always said our next milestone after 25 is 50.
Yeah.
And we always said, and then after 50 you don't have another milestone
To
until 100.
100, yeah.
So it always gets harder. So technically, if we finish next year with more than 50, we're 5k ahead right now.
Hell
We
yeah.
always said that was our milestone.
Okay, yeah.
The hard year will be when we have to go 50 to 100.
But you say it's hard. I don't actually think it is.
No, it
I
gets
think
easier.
this was or I wasn't there for the other years, but this.
I feel like this
has
is the
to have been
hardest
the
one.
hardest year.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it was the most effort to lack of views.
I agree.
Yeah.
And now
yeah.
the views have like ramped up.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
agree.
So was the effort.
But yeah, I just thought that was like looking at that. Like I do it at the end of. I don't tend to look at like total amount of views or anything unless like a brand asks for it for any type of reason. But
That's
I don't
crazy.
tend to look at it. But yeah, it's just like it's cool to look at and see what's been watched and how much of it's been watched. And
Jake will, if you can just copy and paste some figures, because Jake will want them to.
I was said I was going to make a Spotify rap for us.
get them on the CV.
Ping him out to a few brands. And just,
Maybe this
yeah,
place.
but
just
that's
let you know I'm part of a channel. Huh?
Maybe this place.
but that's
Alright, fuck off. I'll just. Yeah. So we'll just. Anyway, sponsors. Ad roll.
Right then, chaps, there is a lot of money to be won over this festive period to try and recoup some of that dollar you've spent on all those presents for your family. Fairplay Exchange, our good channel sponsors and peer-to-peer betting site, are active over this festive period. They have got a ton of sweepstakes for you boys to be getting involved in, but also their Jackpot 7s is bigger than ever. Over £500 can be won each week, and if you're in the top 5, you get a share of that prize pot. And if you pick 7 out of 7 predictions correct on the old footy, you will win the £700,000 jackpot prize. If you're playing a little bit of golf over the festive period, or if you're playing a bit of darts, make sure you've downloaded the Fairplay Exchange app. Used our code, which is in the link to the description of this podcast. You'll get a £5 free bet and start earning some moolah off of your pals. You're going to enjoy this podcast. It's a good one. Make sure you've downloaded Fairplay Exchange. Let's get back to it.
Let's do a little ad
well,
roll.
you've actually just pushed me straight into that. And then the last thing I wanted to do before we kind of move on to topics we've got to talk about in this podcast and sort of like have a chat about Christmas coming up was just to sort of recap who our sponsors are and just thank them really. So obviously for those regular watchers of the podcast, you'd know that Fairplay Exchange, which is peer-to-peer betting, they have now got like sweepstakes features. We've got so much cool stuff on there now. We use it all the time, like when we're playing, more so when we're playing off camera with mates and we're betting against our pals or we're playing for a bit of a wager. Fairplay have been with us since sort of like mid this year.
Yeah.
And we just love them guys dearly. Obviously, Golf Travel Centre have sent us away like to Dubai, Egypt, Spain this year, and obviously continuing with them next year. Like Danny, James, Freya, all of the team over at Golf Travel Centre are just absolute legends. Then obviously you got Scottsdale. I had the top on Scottsdale. You all know Scottsdale, biggest retailer in Europe. Like, just look after us incredibly. And then the last one, which is a new one for us now, is golf gear giveaways on the channel. And
Manners.
And Manners.
We forgot to mention. They've been with us. They've been like...
Yeah. Well,
Manners
is more of like we're brand ambassadors for Manners rather than like a sponsorship thing. But obviously Manners as well, they've been with us for like the last 2 years now. But the new one added to the channel, which we'll see on hopefully some videos now, there'll be some adverts coming up for these guys, is golf gear giveaways. It's like an online golf raffle where you can buy tickets for as little as like 50p when they go down into the sale. We've got a discount code, GS20, which gets you an extra 20% off of those tickets. And you can win. I'm not even just saying this, no bollocks. A lad that I know from where we live messaged me the other day. He bought a ticket. He got ticket number 1 and he's won a full set of custom £3,000.
That's so good.
Yeah, so many people have won drivers, tailor-made QI10s, wedges. And the good thing as well, it's like 3,000 tickets, a lot of them, or 1,000 tickets, 1,000 prizes. So don't get me wrong, you might buy one and you'll get your £5 ticket price back.
Yeah, okay.
Or you get a bag of teas or some shit at the bottom. But when you get up to like 65% of the prizes that you're guaranteed to win are like Box Pro V1s. So you're getting like good bang for your buck
back,
when it comes back. And like the top prizes are just absolutely ludicrous. So yeah, thank you Golf Gear Giveaways, Manners, Golf Travel Centre, Fairplay Exchange and Scottsdale for your support this year. And obviously we'll be staying with all of those guys moving into 2025. Big things planned with them, and your support on the channel means the absolute world to us, and it sort of definitely helps us do what we do and makes our life a lot easier. So without you guys, it would be a lot more of a grind, and we probably wouldn't have Mr. Kendall sitting here either. So
what would be your dream sponsor?
Well, I don't like golf that much.
No, but that's what I'm
I don't
asking
like
you.
golf. Oh, what would be a dream sponsor?
What would be your... Because obviously
Buxton.
you're in the content creation world, or like at least that's the world that videography wants to be in and whatnot. And like you obviously watch content. Me and you talk about like weirdos that vlog and stuff nowadays. Like, what would be your... It doesn't have to be a golf.
While still being
They emailed the golf
us.
supply and they were, and we put it in the chat and you're like, oh my God, that's fucking quality.
Good, but it also makes sense to be like Monster or Red Bull. Like, good, but it also makes sense. Like,
But do you want that just from a business standpoint, or do you think that'll be from a...
Well, I just think that'd be sick.
cool.
You could be like, we're sponsored by Monster.
Yeah, isn't that weird that we were
Said that
literally
in the car.
just in the car 10 minutes ago and we were like...
just followed them on Instagram actually.
We were like, we've got to reach out to Monster.
Oh, what? I thought you said they just followed us on Instagram. You
No.
followed theirs. Big step in the right direction.
And if you're watching Monster, cheer.
Oh, was that a joke? Oh, okay.
They did. We went to Waitrose Monster. They weren't selling any Monster, so we picked up one of them stupid little fucking Red Bulls can and we kick them away.
Yeah. You can just flick them.
And if Red Bull watching
But what if it?
And if Red Bull watching this, we'll Photoshop it into Monster Can.
What about if it didn't have to be relevant? What would be your dream sponsor, Jay? Would
Yeah.
it be
I genuinely
Sony?
don't know. I
Blue
genuinely
Chew.
don't know, because like, what would they?
Would it
Like,
be
I just think
Sony?
those because it's like what I don't
Would it be Pokemon?
don't do this.
You wouldn't like
That's
it?
a stupid
Well, you
inside
don't wanna
joke
talk
on
about
one of the
Pokemon.
videos. No,
Okay. Do you want to mention anything about Pokemon on?
no, you
said-
made this
No,
whole
but you said
thing
one
up.
comment really got to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was the one comment, and I know he's going to watch this video because he watches all of them and he comments on all of them. He was like, "Oh, gross, JK." Like, he actually believes
What
that.
was he saying gross to?
He thought he was a Pikachu bot. I don't even know if we can say that on the sponsored podcast.
No, we can.
JK.
It's just weird. Like,
JK.
obviously, it's not
It's
true.
just
When
It's
we
obviously
stayed
not
in
true.
Egypt,
I wasn't even in the same room.
hands down caught you.
No,
with
they said
some
Dubai.
form of-
They said Dubai. So you're.
Oh,
so
shut
he's.
up.
That's it.
No, it might have been Egypt. I
No,
don't know.
it was
I don't know
Dubai. You
what
said
it was.
Dubai.
Well, it might not have been Pokemon, but it was action figures.
I wasn't even in the same room.
You'd
with them.
fallen
I was,
asleep,
I was
so
being sick.
whatever. There's
Oh,
something.
that's it. You'd left your phone in the room and you was being sick.
Well, my phone was
What,
locked in his face ID.
You wouldn't like Sony to reach out to us like, hey, just want to let you know we
Nah,
want
I
to.
wanted it to be like Red Bull or Monster.
And you're allowed £1,000 a month to spend on Sony or like.
No, that'd be
however-
no,
you need-
genuinely. I don't think Red Bull they're the best sponsors you can get, or like
Better than Blue Chew.
Rolex or like Tag. Like
What,
that's
they're better than Blue Chew.
Yeah, better than. We got wear Blue Chew patches on our
But
clothes
we have
now.
to take them. Whilst we played a round of golf
On
while
video.
taking Blue Chew.
And you got to do all the other sponsors.
This
all
round
that
of golf
brick
is so
stuff.
hard.
Ash, let me just offer you a tea. You'd offer like a green castle tea.
New shaft in my driver today, boys.
We've all got blue chew and we're like, oh, we can use each other teas and you give us a green castle tea.
That's so stupid.
You don't know what I've just said to you,
No, I
but all
don't
the
have a clue.
golfers
I don't have a clue.
fully understand.
I got the shaft
Green
one.
castle tea boy,
That
green
was
castle
pretty
tea
easy.
boy.
And anyway, and so to move on to the next, segment, and parlaying into the next.
The green one's a little popsicle. Oh God, we're a bad time.
So yeah, moving on.
He hates us.
So that
Oh.
Come on.
which goes perfectly into our next segment.
Which
I
one?
think.
Which
probably.
was what, Jake?
Well, let's have a look at the phone.
Okay. Next thing I wanted to talk about was, and this is a genuine
Yes.
appeal, if you
Okay.
like.
Appeal.
And JK is going to be able to.
Run this up.
Christ.
JK's going to be able to give you a bit of an insight into what it's like, I suppose. But we are looking for 2025 to employ a new junior videographer.
Oh my God.
We
Yeah.
want
We want you.
We want and need a second videographer on the channel. So if you're not a videographer yourself, but you know someone who is, and you could send this to them, or get in touch with people that you know and get them to reach out to us on our Instagram.
Location, roughly.
Location around like London, Essex, Hertfordshire, Kent, like anywhere around that sort of like southeast part of England. Either send us an Instagram message, or if you could send us an email over to our email address, which is info@thegolfsupply.co.uk. Don't necessarily need like a ton of previous experience being a videographer. You have someone with very, very capable hands right here who's going to be able to show you the ropes of what we do in and around the golf course. But a genuine appeal for anyone out there who is potentially looking to get into that line of work, or who is currently in that line of work and looking for a little bit more work. We'll give you all of the actual job advertisement breakdown if someone gets in touch. But we are looking to hire. The Golf Supply are hiring for 2025.
Yeah. We just need. You have to have a passport first and foremost, which means it's cool for you.
Yeah.
So don't bother if you can't travel. You have to be able to drive. So they're already what's the word?
Predicament.
Predetermined.
Not even that the word.
wait.
So it doesn't matter. But yeah, why don't you give the spiel on like?
DBS or something. That's
Yeah.
a DBS.
Has to be
I
unclear.
mean, Jake is still, so it has to be. What's the
DBS,
child one?
DBS has to be unclear.
Yeah, DBS has to be clear.
Has to be
Oh.
Oh, sorry. You do that thing where you don't say what you're thinking.
Okay,
so
Minimum of 2 convictions.
because the way I
repeat offenders only.
repeat offenders only.
It shows you're committed to something you're doing.
We just
You're a hustler.
yeah, it just
You
get
just don't
more
take no for an
information from messaging. But yeah, it's just cool. Join the team, travel around, meet new people, cool people. If you're into golf, not into golf, whatever. But
Bonus if you are into golf or have an understanding of
Yeah.
golf, because then you don't have to go through the painful process that we went through with Jake.
I think it'd be better if you don't know golf, because then I'll be at the bottom of the food chain,
you're already at
and
the
that's where
bottom,
you could go.
That's where you'll slot in lovely, just at the bottom.
I'd like to jump up a spot.
you'll be the new high zoomer.
Yeah.
Because JK will, but you'll work with earpieces in and really talk about it. Because I want you in the future to have all of you have like earpieces in. You know that coil, the cable coil,
Walkie-talkies.
and like
Thingy had. I won't say their name, but there was another group that had walkie-talkies, and I thought that was pretty cool.
you've got
so.
2 minutes to appeal to the person that might be listening
Tell them what
about why they should come work.
and what they'll expect on
Yeah.
the golf course. Like,
Look,
what-
Oh, I've got
into-
2 minutes.
Look right into the camera.
No. Can I
I
be
think
honest?
he's that-
It's not like I'm not digging, but like, can I be honest?
Yeah, but can
Like,
you
actually
put your
honest.
head
yeah,
into the camera?
Be honest.
So
So your head
shooting these
takes up all
videos
of it.
is actually super fun. It's so much better than a regular job. I worked in a bar before, and like it trumps any other job. And then also, but just know you have to drive quite far. Sometimes you have to get up quite early because of tee times. That's nothing deep. And then golf, actually, it doesn't take that long with these guys. That sounds like a dig at everyone else. But anyway, it takes 18 holes is quite what it's like.
4 hours.
It's like
4 or
4
5
hours,
hours.
so you're in for a bit of a shoot. But it's so much better than a regular job. It's so much better than a regular job. So expect fun.
And there's
I think I
always
sold it pretty well.
there's always things that need to be done. Jake started as a part-time videographer and now does short-form content and edits long-form. So like, there's always, don't just think you'll be stuck filming videos and then like, I'm stuck, I need to. There's always things that
Yeah,
need to
you
be
do
done.
have to be a bit of a hustler as well. Like you got to be committed to the channel. You got to be as driven as us. Maybe not as driven, but like driven.
Well, you're there
enough.
now. You weren't initially. But
Yeah, well, I can't. Yeah, I mean that's valid. Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
You weren't. If we cut you open, you didn't bleed golf supply.
No.
Only till about.
And now I feel like you fucking gush it.
Only till about. When do you think it was?
3 months ago.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 months.
I
Yeah.
do. I do. I'm
Before
so
that-
committed to this channel. Like, if a video doesn't do well, like my day's not as good as it would have been if it did well.
That is what we said to you. We said at the
That is
beginning.
so horny
You're
when
not
you say
an
stuff like
employee.
that.
You're fucking in.
I
Yeah.
get so excited when a video does well and like when
Yeah.
something good happens or when we've got a good video lined up. Like it's so rewarding because when everyone does well, it's just your job so much better.
My Green Castle tea.
I don't get it.
My Green
I don't-
Castle tea's
I
popping
don't
out.
get it. But yeah, I love this job. But then, and so to talk about the downside, and then there's some downsides. There's no HR, so you really are in for it.
It was only a little nibble with your leg, Jake.
So there's no HR,
For the
and
people
that'll be on
listening.
camera.
Only
And
gave him a
nothing will be
little
done
bite.
about that. Nothing will be done
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Will it leave a mark? We were careful to never leave marks, Jake.
That is true. And Jake sometimes, like, you really hate the. Like, I'll tell you what Jake hates the most. It's like when he travels with us in early mornings. Early mornings,
No, I'm
he has
better
to get
now.
up
I'm
by
so
himself.
much better now because I make sure I sleep the night before.
Yeah, but you don't like it when we like touch you and stuff.
No, is that
not,
weird?
Not indecently.
Would you like it? Comment down below if you would. Oh,
That's
okay.
not good.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what I wanted
Oh,
to cut.
sorry, this is why you need another employee because you'll then always have your own room.
Oh, I think that's how someone
No,
said
because
that.
technically, at the minute we
I don't
ask for
mind. I don't
3-man
hate
room,
it. I don't hate it.
but it'll be separate rooms, so you
No,
really
mind
need
it.
someone else.
Yeah, but yeah, and then if we could have something to talk about. So like, if you're into,
Sony,
Pokemon.
and stuff. Sony and Pokemon.
I'm
and
really into
Pokemon. What are you into?
I just go home and I just look at you.
No,
guys
but you
on
can
the
be
street.
into the same stuff, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
If you
what?
could like, I don't like what they're into like football and like loads of dead.
I'm literally not into football at all.
Oh. Wesley's into like trains and like rails, so if
No,
you're into that, you got a bit
no.
Wesley. If you're into,
What are you into? Say your 3
if you're into
interests.
takeaway,
And not
takeaway and
vaping and
Wi-Fi.
What? Tell me your 3 interests.
Yeah, well, if you're into Vauxhall Mockers
into Vauxhall Mockers, 8 hours sleep, and
and constant drama in your life, then you and Jake will get on so well.
if you're just into being stressed all the time, that gives you a headache and you can't eat.
And if you're someone who your weight fluctuates up from 9 stone to 4 stone.
If you looked at me, if you looked at us,
No, because if I look back, I'll get annoyed. Because I'm.
Look at us right now
I
and then
looked
go-
at myself 6 months ago. I was not as fat as I am.
I looked at the dominoes. I looked at the dominoes. So yeah, if you have like a
What was the Domino's thing?
if you want a constant
What
eating
was the
pattern, don't even bother. It's not gonna happen.
What was the Domino's thing?
So anyway,
What was the
So,
Domino-
yeah.
If I looked at the Domino's thing, what?
so yeah, if that's what you're into, then just don't fucking bother.
If you're into
But
like
it's
1 meal a
fine.
day, then just do that.
No, let's have a break there. Let's have a break there.
Here in England, it's wet. It's cold, it's damp, the courses are muddy, some of them are frozen over. You go in a bunker, it's full of water. None of us want that. So early into 2025, let's get away from this miserable English weather and head out to Spain to play Cala with Golf Travel Centre. This place is ridiculously good. West Dog went out there on a campaign shoot with Travis Matthews at the back end of this year and said the whole resort was absolutely stunning. They've got 3 golf courses there, the Asia, Europa and America golf course, and for as little as £329 per person, you are not going to find a better price than that. Anywhere else, you can get 3 nights, bed and breakfast, 2 rounds at whichever golf course of your choice, and buggies included. So let's get Christmas out of the way, let's rally the troops and get some winter sun in Spain. Use the link in the description to this video to head over to the Golf Travel Centre website, get yourself booked on for this trip. Like I said, you aren't going to find this cheaper anywhere else. And let's start getting some winter sun golf in, boys. Let's get back to the podcast. Golf Travel Centre come through with the bangers all the time.
Oh man, that was funny. So you've just heard a lovely holiday you could be booking through Golf Travel Centre there, and you should definitely check that out for 2025. Because I'll tell you what, the weather in the UK for up until about May, April-ish time is not the one. So get away, get a trip booked with Golf Travel Centre, get out with the boys or your partner, and then just enjoy some winter sunshine. Otherwise, you'll just have no vitamin D, and you'll just become deficient, and loads of bad stuff happens from that. But yeah, so moving on from weight fluctuating and why it's so great to work for the Golf Supply.
Apart from Ash, he doesn't gain or lose a single gram.
Yeah, he actually looked exactly the same.
The last thing I wanted to talk about before we go on to some other topics that we've actually planned for this podcast is just wanted to get what your, again, individually, and we'll see if we agree on this, what should our 2025 channel goals be?
Okay.
Milestones, whether it be like subscriber count, like...
I have 2 subscriber counts in my head.
Go on.
So do I have to pick one?
No, you can...
explain
In my
why-
head, I'm like... Well, because there's one where I'm like, I want to get to this goal, and then there's one where I'm like, oh, we've cleared that.
Well, this
That's
is
pretty
a
weird.
goal.
It's pretty
Oh,
weird because
okay.
it's almost like Ash just said.
No, I know, no, but there's a goal that I'm like, that's a reasonable goal,
Yeah.
but I want to put an unreasonable
Yeah, I know,
goal
but what
out
I'm
there.
saying is
Okay,
Ash
fine,
said-
I'll just be unreasonable. I want 60,000 subscribers.
That's the reasonable or unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable, that's just like, we got to push.
Okay.
And we'll get it. I think with the new
60,000
series,
subs.
I think it's 60. I think without the series, 50k is... Why are you laughing? Why is that funny? I think it's a great series. I wasn't there, but I'm happy. 60k subs.
Goal channel.
Yeah.
Are we talking just sub count or?
What other goal metrics can you do for the YouTube channel?
Years watched.
No, I just want to bring on like.
Yeah, I'd like to reach 100 years watched, to be fair. Next
Yeah,
year,
that
rather
would.
than
I think that's
54.
reasonable.
Oh well, you would if you get to 60, 50k subs. You would
If
be
no,
there.
even if we were pulling this month's views
Yeah.
every month next year, we'll get 100 years.
Yeah.
Well, go on, sorry, mate. What was your subscriber count goal?
Okay. So yeah, you would say it was always going to be 50, but yeah, I really want to smash it out of the park. I mean, let's just go unreasonable, and I would fucking love to end the year on I'd say 75, 60 sounds pretty. We're on 30 now though.
I have no idea
Doing
where
20
it could land.
this year.
It could land anywhere between like 55 and
Just
like.
fucking shoot for 75, and it like.
I was
not-
going to say
not
75.
piss around
were
with
you?
60.
Sorry.
Let's get
Yeah.
past. Let's get past.
Don't get me
50.
wrong, like we don't know how it's going to pan
No.
out,
I have no
but
idea,
I just hope that we could done 20,000 this year, and with this new series that we're going to get onto in a minute, the Baller series, with that and with some of the guests that are hopefully going to get on, and more opportunities open, and the videos get better, and hopefully we've got a second person on the channel, and then
Yeah, just accelerate.
everything improves, accelerates. Usually, like in this. Well, in most spaces, it's the first year's like hard, but then you just do something with it. The second year's harder. The third year gets a little bit easier. The fourth year gets a little bit easier, and hopefully you can see like some channel progression that way. But I would have said 75,000 would be like to shoot for
just
75k. But I still think 60,000 would still be great to get to that.
60 to 75.
Yeah.
I think I'd be very happy with.
Yeah,
Anything under
Yeah.
was really underachieved.
yeah.
But
Jake,
yeah,
I
it's
have a
bad.
question for you.
Oh, what the hell?
Off the top of your head, because I don't want you to think about it. I don't want too much thought process.
Mm-hmm.
Who would be, for let's say the Ballers stuff,
Oh,
who would be your favourite guest? I don't say Tom Holland.
I wasn't gonna say Tom Holland.
Yeah, all right.
I think
Don't say KSI or whatever.
you don't have to mute. I don't know if it doesn't matter. Who I say. I think there's a
Bazinga.
person that would get along with you two or like make a really good video. Be this is so weird. Do you know that? This is so weird. Do you know Eddie Hearn?
Yeah.
I think him being on the channel would be sick.
Who's Eddie Hearn?
The boxing man.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, okay, whatever. I think he would be hilarious.
Have you watched
Yeah.
his
That's such
video?
a random
Have you watched
guess,
his
but,
video
like-
with Golf Life?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's mad that they done a.
Or maybe I've seen it on a thumbnail.
He done
and that's
2
why.
matches with Golf Life, and like
They're
they were
fucking
both the
hilarious.
funniest thing.
Oh,
It's so
well,
funny.
mad. Yeah,
He's
so
Him
that
and
would
Frank
be.
Smith are literally like the funniest
Yeah.
people
The
at
second
each
video
other.
they done. So yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, I
actually
think good video
oh,
with him
who's
and
that?
you guys would be like so funny.
Yeah.
Westy?
Nothing.
Hello, mate.
Give me.
Hello, mate.
Have you got one?
Who would I
And
would love to be on the channel this year.
don't say like Gary Neville because it's just weird that you or Paul Scholes.
I was thinking Skulls. Yeah. Would
Your
love to
dad
get
would
Skulls
love
in.
that, wouldn't he?
I'd fucking
Oh
love
my
to get
God.
Skulls
Didn't we
on the
meet
channel.
him?
Yeah, I just do with him at JCB. I would love to get. Do you know who I'd love? I don't even think he plays golf, but I'd just be fucking. I just find him so funny.
Let's get Ronaldo on it. That would fucking help
Dillian
us out.
White. He kills me. He actually has me in
That's a
fucking
strange-
stitches.
That's
That
a
man,
strange analogy.
Oh, mate, he is the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
He's a national treasure. That
no,
man.
what about that? I'll tell you who's actually more funny than him if you actually watch the press conference, but he doesn't mean to be funny. Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, but you would annoy me after a while.
If we could have a ballers with Daniel Dubois and Dillian White, I think I would just... Imagine that. Oh, I hit the driver now. Yes, Daniel. You hit the driver. Yes, Daniel. Off you go.
Yeah. Dillian White for me would be like because I just think like fuck if they're good at golf or not. Like who I'd like to spend 4 hours with on a golf course. Dillian White would be right up there. I think he's fucking class.
I think probably.
I really sorry, just interrupting. I really want to get Declan Rice on really badly. Just like I just know he's from like how well we get on with Madders and how like similar we are. Well, maybe not similar is the wrong word, but just how we say like our people, like how much Madders is just like one of the boys.
Yeah.
And Decker's I've never met the guy, but he seems exactly like Madders, and he loves his golf as well. So like I would love for Deckers to come on for a Ballers episode next year. I think that would be really good.
For me, we touched on it the other day and spoke to a few, but I think it's similar to Dillian White. If you can get on some rugby players, they have to be forwards, and they bring the same vibes as Dillian White.
I'd love a Joe Marler.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the forwards, like Genji and like Luke and Dickey and that, and like these boys. Just if you get forwards on, probably mainly front rows. Actually, I don't know. It must be something in that. Must be head collisions.
Too many times.
You start getting them on, it's just so funny.
Lawrence Delalio.
Yeah, he's not. He's back row.
Really good forward.
No, he's a forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prop, wasn't he? Great prop as well. What a prop he was.
I recognise that guy's name. Have we met
Yeah,
him?
just
Yeah.
prop of the century.
Have we met him?
He won the 03 World Cup when you were not born.
Have we met that name?
Lawrence
Why would I know
Delalio.
that name? Yeah, why would I know that name?
Well, he won the World Cup.
He won the World Cup for
Yeah, but
England.
I wasn't even alive when you just.
God, I think I wasn't alive when they won it in 1966.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, you.
Well, so you
Oh
don't,
no, I thought you said
no,
1990.
no.
I thought you said 1996.
well, so
sorry.
you don't remember anything if you're not alive.
Well, no, but I don't even care about football, let alone like when I wasn't alive football.
What about all the F1s that Schumacher won?
Yeah.
Well, no, I also don't care.
What? Okay. So any historical event you just don't care
I
about.
have to have been there, otherwise, it's, yeah.
Yeah, there's loads.
Otherwise it don't count.
I mean, from like all different like backgrounds, like sports backgrounds, TV backgrounds, music.
Well, we
like-
always say it. Just just comment loads and loads because I need to be like, oh yeah, here we go. Just comment people you think would fit well and we can get on. And then we will just reach out to them and try and get them on.
Well, that's like segue perfectly into what I wanted to talk about with regards to like the new series Ballers and like sort of what our plans are next year for that. So you would have seen, if you haven't seen it already, like a lot of you hopefully have seen episode 1 over at the Grove with Madders, who we've put it as like our favourite video to film. And I think the actual, from an editing standpoint and a production standpoint, not just the vibes of like what we experienced being there, but like for actual viewing pleasure for people to watch at home. I mean, like that series we've got. The sky is the limit for that. We want to go abroad with that. We want to get some of the biggest and best names on that series, and just develop that over the next. That's going to be another recordsman. Like that is not going anywhere. That series. That is going to be like a Rick Shields Break 75. Like a if Finchy's got. I don't know if he's got like a repeat thing, but it's going to be like
scratch golfer. He has like that's when he goes to them calls. He has like scratch golfer.
Okay, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so we've got like our recordsman levels we've lacked on. We're going to try and pick that up a little bit more next year. But like the two big like series that we're going to just continue on with is going to be for next year and for the foreseeable. Recordsman is always going to be a staple of the channel. Staple of the channel. But Ballers is really going to be the one where we're going to be pushing that a lot next year. So just get in the comments to this if you've watched the episode, what you liked about it, if there was anything you didn't really like about it. Having like the element of like the trackman long drive in there, the individual stats, the team leaderboard, the closest to the pin, and we can also see over the course of a year who's come onto the channel, who's played the best,
I just want to see that leaderboard get like mad
who's
names
contributed the most, who made the most putts, who drove the ball well, like the best
And
out
I
of
like
everyone.
the idea of like having a small interlude between season 1 and then you have like season 2.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how far we can go with that.
Well,
and the people you can meet and stuff through golf is just cool.
I think we should just what we kind of like agreed with is it's just going to be probably an episode a month of Ballers, one episode a month, and so season 1 will just be 13 because one's been released in 2024, but we should have a Ballers episode January, February, March, April, May, June, all the way through to December of 2025, and then season 2 will start, and we can make some sort of tweaks and little niggles and change some stuff that we want to change and hopefully improve on the series. But yeah, that one hopefully, boys, is going to be.
I'm so excited for that to come out.
Is our flagship.
Every
series,
channel has a flagship ship. Golf Life have getting guests on and doing their 2v2s. Yeah, the Brothers Majors is their flagship, and like you said, Brayson, blah, blah, blah. I want the Golf Supplier to be known for this Ballers episode, and it's got like as many cool people as we can get on. So
and lab putters are the real deal. I'd written down as well.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they are. The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
If you watch us, you know that I don't get a penny from like anyone lab related for this. I just was fortunate. Well, we were fortunate enough to be fit into them, just because obviously courteous of Scottsdale and that. But yeah, I just think it's easier to putt with. I feel like it takes out the thought process of the stroke. I feel like when I'm hitting a blade, I have to remember, for me personally, I have to remember to shaft lean, I have to remember to like draw it a little bit, I have to remember to, and then maybe at my level I'm forgetting everything else. I feel like with the lab, I like to pick the line the ball up and swing the putter back and swing the putter through.
Done.
That's how I feel like I'm putting with it. So I would say we're still getting used to them, because you definitely are. You haven't hit enough reps of it.
No.
But for me, I think they're better.
You got to try one if you haven't. I mean, I'd like, and it's so different, that DF3. It's nothing like, I couldn't have gamed the DF2, the big one before it, like that absolute spaceship. I just couldn't play that. They brought a new one out, like the Oz or something, which they designed in collaboration with Adam Scott.
It looks really cool.
It looks much more of like a
putter,
like a tradition, well, like just a more
mallet,
unoffensively shaped
traditional mallet,
putter, which I'd like to try just to see how that feels in comparison to the DF3. Because if I get the exact same out of it, then I'd probably like the Oz.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If I got the exact, it's a better looking putter in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a normal putter.
Yeah.
Mallet putter. All right, we'll have to go.
So I feel like that's probably going to have to be tried, and just if you get the same out of it,
has to be tried and tested.
But I feel like surely you have to look like, because the DF3 it's in their logo. It was that lab putter, and the technology was designed in that shape.
Yeah.
That's how they built the technology.
Yeah,
that's the first putt they brought out. So there has to be some form of trade off for changing
I
the
really
shape
want
of
an
it.
old rusty. So like, I would love to just have this lab putter now, and like 5 years time, I'm still putting with this putter, because I just can't. It's all got all like wear and tear on it.
Like Tiger's Scotty that he still uses now after like 25 years.
Phil Mickelson had that little.
Yeah, he's got a lab now though.
Hockey putt, and now he's a lab boy. Yeah.
He's a lab boy. And what does that tell you? He took his like little Happy Gilmore stick out of his bag that he's had for like 64 years. Yeah. And he's now using a lab. And that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, and just look at him.
All jokes aside, just try one.
Yeah,
if you can get one down, if there's one in your local pro shop, they are expensive, don't get me wrong. And when you start putting customization on them, they become almost unbearably high priced.
Somebody commented the other day, and it was probably one of the best comments that you could say about Lab. He said something along the lines of, they are expensive, however, it's the club I hit the most shots with.
I said it in the review.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yeah, I said it at the end.
Oh, I did catch that, yeah.
I said if you're going to, people will openly spend now, the new norm is to spend £500 on a driver without a custom shaft in it. You put like a hazardous shaft in it, I was saying.
9 times around?
Yeah.
10?
9 to 10 times?
Yeah.
You're hitting 30 putts.
Yeah.
Around. That's where you're going to save a lot of your score. So I feel like because it's a putter and it's not the most like glamorous club in the bag, like driver and irons, and this is a lot more like fashionable, or like you feel like it's more justified to spend the money on that because you want to hit the ball further, or you want to whatever you want to do. But it was always going to happen that like someone was going to come out with some genuine new technology, and there's going to be a price to pay for that, and it just so happens to be in the putter section of the bag rather than like a big breakthrough with driver or whatever. And we're moving into like stupid season now of like all of the club releases. Yeah. So over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be receiving all of the. Go on, mate.
No, I was probably going to say, what is your favourite driver that's being released? Would you say?
AI Smoke.
What one are you looking at the minute?
What am I looking at?
As in, like your top, you think is going to be your sort of favourite release?
The Elite, Callaway Elite. Yeah, did I get it right? Was I close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've read the notes.
And how do they spell that?
I promise you I haven't. I don't know how I know that, but someone said it. Someone said it, and I was listening.
How do they spell?
Is that even?
How are they spelling that?
With a Y. I don't know how. Do you know what I think it was? I think I was logged into the Golf Supply TikTok, and I was like doom scrolling.
Yeah. So we are moving into that season now, where over the next we've started to receive some stuff. So we've had some I don't think we can name names or anything. Well, I don't know. It's probably out there in the public domain, but we're under embargo with it. But we've received a lot of Mizuno stuff like wedges, putters, some irons, balls that are under embargo. But if you want to have a quick sneak peek at them, just pop down to this shop and you can fucking see them. Yeah, but we're moving into that season now. So you've got new driver releases from TaylorMade. You've got new driver releases from Callaway. You've got new driver releases from Ping. I don't think you've got woods from Mizuno. I might be wrong, but you've definitely got irons, wedges, putters.
What are we most looking forward to?
Really?
We're going back. We're going back to.
Yeah, we are.
We're going back to. Look, we've already decided we're going back to our roots. Not even our roots really, but just going back to a club that says what it does on the tin.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to accept that if I get that club and it's not, it's user error. So I'll get better with that club, but the club isn't getting interchanged.
It's the same. It's the same driver that Josh uses, and if it's good enough for Josh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good enough for me. So we're going. You still got the Ping in the bag, Josh? Yeah. We're going back to Ping. It is a cheat stick.
There's no coincidence that good. So off the top of my head, like Josh, Jimmy, like good golfers use the Ping drive. Like, why are we all trying different things and that? Like, what if everybody says the same thing? It's a cheat stick, even if it's a placebo and in your head, like, then there must be something in it. So, and like I say, and if you get a Ping, you will probably statistically hit it as far as Josh, and that's just what it does.
Yeah, I think Josh is. No, you'll get 154 ball speed, I think it is, and you'll at least carry it 235, 240, which I think is around about Joshua White's numbers. But he is getting on. It's not. I'm sure the name's been out there already. It's Ping G440. Like, there's been leaked pictures of it. It's out there on the web for you to see. I don't know any of the tech story behind it. I've been sent the stuff, but I haven't even read it.
I'm just gonna say, hey, Scottsdale, get me in the bay.
We're going to give me a 3-wood, 5-wood driver.
And Ping G440 irons.
Yeah, and if they do like hybrid irons that you used to be able to get, just fucking load me up with them. Because I want a whole bag.
I want a Ping G440 pitching.
I want the hybrid wedges as well. Like chippers. Remember them when they used to do like sets like Masters sets and that? They're all hybrids.
Just hybrid all the way through the bag.
That's what I fucking want.
Yeah, so.
Straight into Ping.
But no, new release season is cool. We all get excited. We all got golfers. It's like an advent calendar. And
it's nice as well, like going to film with the clubs and that. Like, and it's nice it's around Christmas. It feels like Christmas for when you've got like a channel, because you get all this stuff go out, you go test it, you see what it's like. There'll be some clubs that really surprise you. There'll be other clubs that you maybe think aren't much different to the release that's just come out. There's improvements. There's stuff that you might not think is as good as stuff that's already been out.
We're actually slightly thick because we both tested the 10K and we both saw ridiculous results and not a single one of us gamed it.
Yeah.
We never got the 10K.
And we paid the price.
We did.
And we paid the price.
And yeah.
It's probably been my worst year of hitting driver ever.
And that's just straight maths.
Yeah.
So.
It was terrible.
New equipment, it's all cool. So
it was all cool. Last thing I want to touch on, boys, is there's two things really. We filmed a video today that, and again, we're going to need some audience participation in the comments for this. We filmed a video today. For those who watched the video on Golf Life's channel, Tubes and Ange versus myself and Westy. The format is greensomes, so you and your partner, i.e. me and Westy, you hit a tee shot. You pick your best tee shot from there, then you play alternate shot into the hole until the ball is holed out. Now, first point of this, while I'm coming on to this, is what are your thoughts and feelings on that format? Because me and Westy have played it twice now, and I think it is the worst format in golf.
I mean, it doesn't help that. Yeah, okay, I won't actually go into that, but.
No, I mean, we suck at it. We are fucking cold-blooded.
It doesn't help we got beaten
at
7-6 on their channel. That doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
But I just, if you got two golfers, surely you'd be. Yeah, I just don't know. It's a hard format to play.
Yeah, it is.
They play it really well, which I've explained in both videos. But if you want fireworks and stuff, you're never really going to get fireworks in an alternate shot.
No.
Even if you're playing it well, like pars are really your friend.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like when we play that format, pars are massively your friend to make par.
And if you make birdie, you should definitely. And pars will sometimes win the hole. Because like you said earlier, one bad shot in the hole from any other golfer, and you lose the hole.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in a scramble, you hit a bad shot, and then you can go, well, the hole is still competitive. We're
Yeah.
still in
Yeah, yeah.
because you now get a go at it. You hit 2 bad shots, then you've just both had a howler. So,
Well, I think today, like prime example of that is there's a hole. You're going to watch the video. It'll be out probably around about the 30th of December. So that video is coming onto the channel. But there's a hole that we played today. We play fucking terrible, honestly, people. Like I've got excuses to reel off for it, but the long and short of it is we played fucking shite. Right, it was really bad. But what I think you lose in playing that format, and again, get in the comments and let me know if you enjoy playing this format, if you have played it, if you enjoy watching this format of golf. But I think it was like the second or third hole today. You hit a tee shot. I don't think it was any good. I then hit 3-iron, chunked it like 180 yards down the fairway. And then, so we're in play on like a 300-yard hole or something.
yeah.
Then we have a second shot in, and it's like 160 yards.
167
yards, which is just like a normal length in to have to a par 4, but it's over water, and Westy catches it a little bit heavy, dumps it in the water. So from a playing standpoint, and you're not really hitting many shots in this format anyway, for the first 9 holes, you've probably hit 11, 12 full shots at maximum. At absolute maximum. So then Westy hits it into the water, and then if you're playing a scramble, the hole's still competitive, like you said.
Yeah.
They were in like a really better position. They already had an advantage on the hole. They were like 70, 80 yards up in the fairway. Jimmy or Ange hit a good one. It's you to go on alternate shot. You dump it in the water. But then at least in a scramble, I can then hit a shot, and then we can still play the hole competitively.
And I feel like you just get, from a content standpoint, it's better because now you get occasions where you're going to make more birdies, make more putts because you're getting a read on it, and that's the idea. It's all exciting, and it's exhilarating.
Yeah.
And I'd say, and I'm only thinking of you guys. You know, I really think the format's all right, actually. I'm just thinking about you guys. No, I don't know, it's tough and harder to watch, and you don't get as... Like, if we done Ballers, but it was alternate shot with James Madsen, mine is good.
Yeah, I definitely think it takes something away. I mean, I genuinely, hand on heart, even if we played super well over the last few years, I really don't like that format of golf. You're not hitting nowhere near as enough shots. You're like, on some holes, if you're the one who drives it well, you're hitting... This is what we said today. Like it was cold. It was like 5 degrees. So you get there. We use your tee shot on the first.
Yep.
Then you play, and obviously you film, and it takes a little bit longer. So by the time you actually get to the green to putt, and everyone's hit their tee shots, got to their second shot, hit the shot, got down to the green to putt, you're looking at, say, on average 20 minutes a hole. So you hit your tee shot. You then don't hit another full shot for 25 minutes until you get onto the next hole. Yeah. And then you stand up on that tee, and if you're the person to hit a good tee shot again out of the two, you've hit your one shot. Then you wait another 25 minutes. So in 50 minutes of golf, sometimes maybe a little bit longer when you're filming, you have hit 2 full shot golf balls.
Yeah, that's tough.
And then on the flip side of that, if I'm then the person hitting the second shots in all the time, I'm then not hitting a shot for the exact same amount of time as what you are really. There's still that 25-minute gap because you're then hitting the good tee shot.
Yeah.
But then from a putting standpoint, I didn't hit a putt outside of 3 feet.
Yeah. And I didn't hit one within.
You didn't hit.
I was hitting the long ones.
Yeah, within 3 feet.
It's tough.
I didn't hit a single putt apart from one on the par 3, which I absolutely fucked. I haven't hit one long putt all day. I've tapped in the ones that you've missed or whatever it is. So it's just, for me, it's really disjointed. It's really stop, start.
It's a hard format.
It's a hard format. And don't get me wrong, Tubes and Ange do it so well. They dovetail so well. Like, they're so good at it. When we played it.
What about Ange and Jimmy? How do they do?
Ange and Jimmy are fantastic, yeah. Like, they can rock up, like, have their full English, go to the first tee and dovetail and hit. Like, they are masters of that format. When we played them at Burr Hill, they spanked us 7-6, but they were like 4 under in that format, which is just fucking crazy, like, scoring there. So complete kudos to them, hats off to them, but we absolutely suck at that format. Oh, it's so bad. Mate. It's so bad.
It's tough.
I just struggle to stay locked in to, like,
it's tough.
The thought process goes out the window. Like, I don't know. I lose. I almost get disengaged in what we're doing. Yeah, and then when you go 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, you're like, fucking hell, like, what is the point here?
Which isn't what we've done today. So that video won't be out by now. So
yeah, that's definitely not what happened. But yeah, just get down in the comments, let me know what your favourite format to play. I either like playing like my own ball, whether that be match play or stroke play. I probably prefer, from a filming standpoint, I probably prefer match play. Because I feel like it keeps people in it for a little bit longer.
Yep.
But equally, I love playing like a level stroke play match and getting like really golfy against someone, or a scramble for me. Better balls, like best ball scramble is like the.
We talking about scramble, and because I just looked to my left, and obviously Josh is there. We thought of a good. We thought of a really good video that I feel like people would love to
Told
see.
him last night.
Oh, you did?
I spoke to him last night. Yeah.
Yeah, you and Jimmy versus Ash and Ron. That's match play. That's sick, isn't it? That is a good. Oh, fucking hell, mate! You back yourself that much, do you? What team would you pick if Jimmy and Josh were playing and Ash and Ron? Who would be your favourite team? Because you're Josh White,
my
mate.
favourite team would be them. My favourite team would be them. Sorry, the mic was down. I'll just redo that.
Just so
who would win?
Yeah, bit like be genuine as well. Don't like just say Ash and Ron because like.
Well, the thing is, I've never seen him or Jimmy have a. I've never seen him or Jimmy have a bad day, but I've been with you all the time, so I've seen you have bad days. So it's hard for me to be like, and I've also seen Ron have a shit day.
Do you know why I think it's very, very interesting? I feel like Jimmy's playing better golf for me at the minute, like hands down. Like my golf is just not fantastic at the moment. Why I think it's interesting is because you have completely different attributes as a elite level golfer to what Ron does. You bomb it super far. You've still got a really good short game. Like I've seen you have like putting streaks where like at Walton Heath, like where you hold everything and stuff. Your 8 under looks completely different to Ron's 8 under. Yeah. It's massive drives. It's exciting. It's like it's sexy golf. Whereas Ron's is very much grinding it out, missing a fairway maybe, sticking it to the middle of the green, holding a 30-foot putt. The only thing I think that sways in Ron's favour is he plays a lot more golf than you and competitively as well. Right now, yeah. He plays a lot more golf. He's playing in like the competitive scene. So like he'd be more what you would call like tournament sharp, like golfing, like scoring sharp. But you're like 2 elite level golfers who have completely different games. Yeah. And I would just like me and Jimmy are almost there just to compliment to let you boys really like.
Sorry, I got a delivery.
Got a customer.
I got a delivery. I got one sec. I'll be back. I'll also deliver that win as well at some point when you want me to.
I just think when Ash said it to me, I was like, oh wow, I would love to be there.
Yeah.
But, like that.
And I think as well, what's so lovely about that format is I genuinely believe maybe because the pressure would probably be more on Aaron and Josh because they're the pros. They want to like win the stuff. But I feel like that would be you'd swing so freely in that video. I certainly would. Knowing that I've got Ron behind me.
I feel that would be such a good video.
Yeah, I feel like
so
Ron.
Good.
The pressure would be him on more than anyone in that video.
Thing.
Yep, 100%.
And I prefer seeing you two work together as well.
If Josh plays really well, then everyone's like, Josh is unreal at golf. If he doesn't play that well, he doesn't play golf anymore competitively. Yeah. Like straight away. Yeah. Jimmy, again, he's just a scratch golfer. Can play good, can play like you, can play good, can play. Ron technically has the pressure because he's currently competing, practicing every day, hitting balls every day, entering tournament golf. So he's the one out of all 4 people that would be the most under pressure to perform on that video, I would say.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if he'd look at it that. I don't think he really
cares.
No,
I'm saying no, but like I was saying he would be the one. But I love you and Ron. I love that. I don't know who takes. I genuinely don't know.
I would, if I'm being completely honest, like I think me and Ron wouldn't be the favourites in that video.
I would agree.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be the favourites.
I don't think the odds is. I don't think the bookies would have the odds.
Like it could swing either way. But I think if this is me being completely honest, I think if in like the fairy tale scenario that everyone turned up and played their absolute best, then I think me at my very best and Jimmy at my very best is very, very close at like playing our absolute top level golf. I don't think there's much to split it. Jimmy's much more consistent than me at golf, hands down. I would probably say Jimmy's a slightly better golfer than me, like whereas he's just got a little bit more control of the ball. He has attributes where I'd say my short game's better, but he drives it well. His long irons and like hitting into greens and stuff is usually quite solid. But I feel like both teams on their absolute best, I think Josh and Jimmy win. I do. That's me being honest. If everyone's playing
tell us
full out,
who you think will win and how you think you'd win it.
I agree. I generally do. I think if me and Jimmy play our best golf, I think we win. But also, I feel like where we've done videos before and we've done a few of the scrambles and stuff like that, I feel like we could scramble it out as well. Yeah, like pretty good. But I'm always.
Do you know what? Do you know what worries? Why I think? Well, no, but do you know what? Do you know why I think the main reason why I feel like the odds swing into your favour quite a bit is Jimmy will get you 8.5 times out of 10, 290 yards, 280 yards down the middle of the fairway, which means you can swing completely weapons free. Yeah. And not that you have to play that type of game, but I feel like you with not that you have consequences there, but I feel like you being able to just like take tiger lines, do this, it'd be very hard to keep up with.
I would say experience. Yeah. I would also say with experience.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously Ron is. I've never played with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've only seen stuff on your channel. He's obviously a great player and he's won at a certain level and whatever else. But there's other levels to go when you're talking about professional golf. To certain levels. So yeah,
I'd love to fucking see it.
let's just do it.
Yeah, it has to be done
Let's
early
just do it.
early next year.
Like
Like
anyone can win on their day.
yeah,
Like, I'm not
that's
saying we're
the beauty
guaranteed
of
we're
it.
going to win.
That's the beauty of it. But I would agree with you, Westy. I think like if everyone's playing to their top capabilities, and everyone played to their A star, I don't think me and Ron win.
What a sick round though, just because it's a bit different if you
mega.
get Josh and Jimmy on, but like we didn't know Josh and Jimmy.
Yeah, it'd be
like,
mega.
because like everyone's like knows each other, and that makes it better. There'd be banter. Everyone would be picking at each other.
Yeah, it'd be
Like,
mega.
it would be intense. Like it's a bit awkward if you get like 2 other people on and they're like, "Good, go. I have a match with Ron," and we don't really know him. It's be like, "Can I banter him on that?" This is weapons free.
Yeah,
innit?
it'd be
like tell
good.
me that video isn't just weapons
it'd be
free.
good.
Like Jimmy, like people will be trying to get into Ron's head. Jimmy will be trying to get into your head.
Yeah.
You'll be trying to give Jimmy back. Like I feel like Josh is a little bit. I do think you're a bit.
No,
I don't
Josh.
feel like anyone's going to get in Josh's head. I really don't.
No,
and I'm not just saying that's because you're
No, I
there.
don't think you
But
can.
that's what I'm saying when it comes to like the experience sort of side of it. I don't know, but I just feel like we just got to do it. But what I want to say is, let's do it in the summer when the conditions are good,
Or
when
spring.
the courses are good.
Like
yeah,
spring, like just not
No
middle winter.
excuses.
Yeah, just
Let's
spring.
go out and
Get
do
some
it.
good weather. Get a good golf course and
I
go.
agree with that because
Go and run it.
ultimately people want to watch because they want to watch 4 good blokes go at it, and obviously because it's the you and Jimmy and blah. But like, yeah, Josh is right. It's got to be when the greens are perfect, so putts can be flying in. From
It's
left,
too
right,
much of a good
centre.
video to be
Yeah.
ruined by.
Also, it's that much of a good video, and things could be that tight. It could be a trilogy. Like we could do like
That
3
would be
of them.
so good.
Do you know what I mean?
It'd be so good.
The heavyweights.
We got to get it. I'd love to. I genuinely would love to get a little thing on as well, where like people could like bet
on it. Yeah.
Like I really would love to speak to Fairplay and just get something where like I feel like a lot of people would bet on that. I just think it'd be so good.
And we
Like,
we take like a 20% cut of like all the bets
But
made
just-
or something.
all proceeds
Can we
go
do
to
that?
Lemonade Golf.
yeah.
No, but I just think imagine that and like we go out and film it and like I don't know. I just think it'd be fucking. What a match! I get excited thinking
Yeah,
about it. And I'm
it'd be
not playing
really
in it.
good.
I
It'd be
think it'd be
really
good.
I can't go anywhere near Jimmy and playing a singles at me. I just like, have to
We'll get
sort
that
of
done.
do
No earlier than like April.
Yeah.
And it
Of course, he's like, I can't play in this weather. Like it does me in.
Let's sort the dates.
Yeah, we'll get that done. So you got that to look forward to, everyone, in 2025 as well. But that's probably enough rambling for us on this podcast. We've said it in a few videos recently, like the ones at the end video. So like just saying thank you, really. For,
like genuinely, thank you.
Yeah,
mate. I've played in countries I've never visited before. I've played unbelievable golf courses. Obviously, we've met Jake and we have this like unbelievable relationship with Jake now, and everything clicks well. Obviously, me and Ash have known each other years, but like golf brought us back. We've always been like really good friends, but like golf has now made us like almost inseparable. And like we've visited corporate. I've met ridiculous amounts of people. I'm just down in some random shop with someone I've met, and like it's mad, like the journey. So
and it's
yeah,
nice
thank
as
you.
well. Like we're just. You feel like you've almost, whenever we go to like any golf course now or something, you're at the golf range or something, like we've got so many of you coming up to us being like, boys, love you, and we get to have a chat with you and meet loads of people, and you share like videos that you've just watched, and that's just such a cool experience. That's just so nice to be able to know that you get to watch us go and play these golf and you enjoy it. That's the main thing. Like you enjoy watching us play these golf courses because we enjoy filming it like so much and doing it and the experiences, and to know that we can do that and then also share some of that joy with you guys at home, and then actually get to meet you guys and talk about this sort of stuff and talk about your experiences and golf courses that you've liked and stuff that you've recommended to go and play. Like I really think over the last, certainly this year, has been like a real needle shift in our channel, and the experiences we've got to do, and that is ultimately, and no other two ways around it, that is all down to you guys that tune into our videos every single week, because it's said across every social media platform in every single genre and niche. It's, if you guys do not watch our videos, then the videos just stop getting made. It's as simple as that. There's no point making we weren't going to make the videos for fucking one person to watch our. Well, my dad would still watch them probably, but we're just not going to do that. So without you guys watching, we don't get to experience the stuff that we do.
We're not even scratched the.
We haven't scratched the surface. We haven't scratched the surface. Hopefully, we're sitting on at the end of 2025 podcast, and I can't believe there's 100,000 of you, and more people get to see our videos, and we get to meet more of you people. We're going to put some Golf Supply events on next year. We're going to start doing some tournaments again to meet some of you guys. But yeah, just from the bottom of our heart, thank you. I personally, and I'm sure everyone else here, hope you have the absolute best Christmas ever. You get everything that you wish for, all good health and wealth to all of your families, and you have a fantastic new year. And whatever you're hoping to achieve in 2025, genuinely, I hope you achieve all of it and
get
more.
it.
Yeah.
Jake, say your final piece and sign us out.
Thanks. I didn't have anything prepared.
Sorry, what are your personal goals
Personal goal?
to do with the channel?
Am I going to speak and then you're going to fucking sing?
No, seriously, and then you're going to sign it out and we're done.
I don't know. My I don't have a personal goal, but I would just like to have another videographer or another person like just there, so there's like a whole team of us. Even though there has been, it's been great with the three of us. This time last year, I was working at a bar, I think, or had I just got the job? Was it even? I don't think we'd even spoken. Yeah, it's mad. And now I'm probably like one of like 10 people or maybe the first person to ever throw up in the Dubai Mall. So, and I
think
never,
you were the only person.
And I never ever would have, like, genuinely never would have guessed that would have happened in December.
And
so
you didn't even get arrested.
So thank you.
And that's the power of social media. Happy New Year, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Josh and Harry, for having us here. And
make sure you check this place out, guys. If you don't follow them on Instagram, Lemonade Golf Club, they post so much content out of this place. You can see the stuff that's for sale here. They do some really cool trips and make some really cool content pieces. And if you're ever struggling, I always have a little peek. If I'm ever struggling for like what I want to wear, what I want to look like, these guys are always going to give you a little bit of inspo on that as well. So check them out. We'll put the link to Lemonade Golf Club's Instagram in the description. Josh, is there a website for this place yet or not? Is there a website for this place yet or not? All right. In the description to this podcast, there is their Instagram and the link to the website for this shop and the address if you want to pop down here and come and check it out for yourself.
All together.
2024. Go.
Vamos.
Goodbye.